The Big Bang Theory was CBS top comedy throughout its 12 seasons, but two accidental changes in its storytelling led to a different path. While it has been over half a decade since the Pasadena Gang said goodbye on screen, Chuck Lorre and Bill Prade's sitcom continues to be a fan favorite. Aside from its thriving universe, with Georgie and Mandy's first marriage heading for Season 2 on CBS and Stewart fails to save the universe coming to Max, The Big Bang Theory was 2024's most binged show on streaming. Somehow, Sheldon and his friends' antics are still enjoyable to watch. Young Sheldon had its own charm as a family comedy, as it eventually outgrew its original premise as Sheldon's origin story. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage builds on what its parent show established, moving further away from The Big Bang Theory's tone, despite also being a multi-camera sitcom. Ultimately, there's just something special about the Pasadena Gang that makes them easy to watch. Revisiting the show as a whole, however, certain details become more distinct, including how it changed over the years. When the nerd-centric spin-off started, it was patterned from true ensemble peer shows that became the staple of comedies in the 90s and early 2000s, such as Friends, Seinfeld, and even How I Met Your Mother. Lorre and Prade's comedy went through various iterations, with the original The Big Bang Theory pilot going through some changes before CBS officially greenlit the project. Despite the alterations, its core premise as a friend group-focused show remained. The Big Bang Theory maintained this storytelling approach during its earlier years. Narratives were focused on the group's shenanigans, either at work or during their downtime. While Penny's arrival introduced a romantic aspect of the show, she was incorporated in such a way that she also became everyone's friend, regardless if she ends up with Leonard. Things changed, however, when The Big Bang Theory brought in Melissa Rauch and Mayim Bialik as Bernadette and Amy as series regulars. It's worth noting that both were introduced in Season 3, but both just in a guest starring capacity, which meant that their stories were meant to only last for a few episodes. That said, when they were officially brought in as members of the cast, the overall composition of the show's main players drastically changed. Instead of being primarily more about friends, suddenly, romances were at the forefront of The Big Bang Theory. Leonard may have been pining over Penny during the first 3 years of The Big Bang Theory, but it was clear that it was the only long-term love narrative in the show. Both Howard and Raj were trying to date with very little success, while Sheldon didn't have any interest in finding a partner. Incorporating Bernadette and Amy, who were clear romantic prospects for Sheldon and Howard, The Big Bang Theory had to explore those dynamics, which inevitably took away from other established plots in the show. Even